I'd talk profit, too. The profit resulting from the traffic created by the cooler for Coca-Cola.
At the Derby start and the tank full of Derby gasoline.
Remember those days when gas stations did more than just serve gas? Customers had access to free oil changes, glass bottle drinks from a vending machine, and a lot of giveaway items on the counter. But today things are different, and they don't exactly feel the same as before. Here are things no longer found at gas stations.
It's a full-service gas station with one garage full of tires, 2 gasoline pumps, and 3 guys to do all the work.
Full-service attendants. These days, gas stations no longer have full-service attendants whose job it was to serve the needs of the customer by providing customer service, checking the fluids, filling their tanks, cleaning the windshield, and others. As labor markets began to grow and evolve, not many people were willing to work as a service attendant and still earn a low wage. Customers in busy areas found it faster and more convenient to fill their own tanks themselves, courtesy of the rise of efficient digital pumps, while saving on extra change as there was no need to tip anyone for assistance. Aside from New Jersey and some cities in Oregon, most states have implemented laws for mandatory full self-service gas, and now customers are allowed to pump their own, wash their windows, and more. Free air and water pumps. Air pumps are essential equipment needed in gas stations for customers to inflate their tires and gauge their pressure. Water comes from the pumps in gas stations, which can be used to fill up a radiator, wash a vehicle, and more. Many service stations like Shell and Mobil used to offer free air for customers to pump their tires, but now most charge a fee for those services, while others offer it as long as you purchase gas. The fee charged is usually for upkeep and maintenance of the equipment and in some cases serves as an additional revenue. Additionally, due to the evolution of modern cars, some owners no longer require water for their radiators, and others usually check the pressure at home before hitting the road. Glass oil bottles. Before plastic oil containers were produced, gas stations had glass oil bottles. These were shaped like large cylindrical containers with a narrow neck and a metal spout to store, dispense, and display oil for vehicle maintenance and refill. The glass bottles stored the oil while displaying the different types that were available for customers who wanted to make purchases, and over time they've become part of vintage collections. While many gas stations had these at pumps during the 1910s to 1930s, the bottles have now been replaced due to packaging and environmental concerns. Unlike glass, plastic is known to be durable, lighter, and more appealing. Even though glass bottles could easily be refilled, the oils could be so easily tampered with, and they were likely to break, causing injury and spills. Additionally, the cost of producing plastics was cheaper and easy to transport for both manufacturers and distributors. Car vacuums with coin slots. Self-service car vacuum cleaners are less popular at gas stations now than they used to be. With self-service vacuums, you had to insert a coin as a form of payment. Many drivers have become less interested in self-service vacuums as people now rely more on themselves or a professional cleaning service. For the sake of convenience and time management, owners take their cars to the car wash instead of waiting to vacuum the vehicles themselves. Professional cleaning services offer affordable packages and deals that are cost-effective for customers who often have to keep their cars clean despite their busy schedules. Thanks to the availability of more cleaning products and technology, these vacuum cleaners come in different designs and specifications that can be easily used at home.
We can never complain about our weather. What we have here is a vintage payphone.
Coin-operated payphones. Payphones were a common sight at gas stations, but ever since the rise of cell phones, they've become almost obsolete. Coin-operated payphones were typically located in public areas, like malls and gas stations, and all you had to do was insert coins or telephone tokens as a means of payment, and a call could be made for around 1 to 3 minutes. Payphones became outdated for several reasons, such as the need for regular maintenance and servicing, as well as the fact that coin boxes were often vandalized by thieves, contributing to the unplanned costs of maintenance and repair. With the rise of cell phones, these coin-operated phones began to phase out from places, and people now had personal mobile phones that could be used whenever without payment. Thankfully, they're now seen as a thing of the past and have become cherished relics. Coca-Cola machines. The famous red Coca-Cola vending machines launched in 1929 and were known for dispensing glass bottles of Coke. A lot of people use these machines would agree that Coke in a glass bottle has a different taste and feel in comparison to that of a can or a plastic container. After all, you insert your coin, choose your drink, and that was that. Sadly, the machines are not as popular anymore and can be easily found in convenience stores of modern gas stations that have replaced their Coke vending machines with refrigerators stocked up on plastic bottles and cans.
Well, most people can take gas station squeegees for granted, but there are a lot of gas station owners that go through a lot of trouble to keep these available.
Squeegee and bucket with soapy water. Just like every other thing that will be mentioned in this video, squeegees and soap buckets have also become far less common than they used to be. A squeegee is a simple tool used to apply a cleaning solution and remove water or liquid from surfaces, and in this case that would be vehicles. Filling stations had these soapy water buckets for drivers to wash and clean their windshields while a gas tank was being filled. However, modern cars often have built-in wipers and washer fluid, making it easier for drivers to clean their own windshield and improve visibility. In terms of maintenance, it's also an extra cost to the station to sustain the equipment, and it's become a hassle for self-serve stations that don't have enough attendants to provide the cleaning service to customers. Cigarette machines. Vending machines for cigarettes used to be a gas station standard, but they've vanished due to the changing laws and public attitude towards smoking, as they were truly not the healthiest of choices. Cigarette machines were vending machines that dispensed packs of cigarettes in exchange for cash or coins. As the people, government, and health organizations began to grow in awareness of the dangers associated with smoking, laws were put into place, and eventually by 2010 the machines were banned due to legal restrictions, public health initiatives, and concerns. Now that more people are aware of the health risks associated with smoking and tobacco use, countries have prohibited the sale of cigarettes to minors and restricted locations where they can be sold. This has caused a drastic decline in smoking, which in turn reduces the demand for machines in gas stations.
I've been getting my oil changed here for quite a while, so I guess I built up a pretty good trust.
Oil change and repair services. Many gas stations used to double as a repair shop, but now those services are typically found at separate service centers. These oil change and repair services could include tire rotation, filter replacement, battery check, and more. And one could say that modern gas stations no longer provide these services due to the specialization of automotive industries, as different vehicles have complex structures requiring special tools and equipment that gas stations ordinarily don't have. Soon enough, customers would rather repair their own car at a service center than a gas station because they specialize in handling maintenance. Also, auto service centers follow specific regulations and need to have certifications that meet certain standards, as gas stations may not be able to qualify. Free roadside service. Service stations once offered roadside assistance for regular customers, but this perk has faded with the rise of professional auto clubs, which are motoring clubs that produce benefits for their members. Any form of roadside assistance is now done by professionals. These days, most modern gas stations focus on the sale of fuel and sometimes convenience operations, and they don't invest in equipment needed for vehicle checks and may not hire an expert to handle a breakdown because of the extra cost. Unlike the auto clubs, which are usually covered by insurance and membership benefits, modern gas stations no longer offer free roadside service to prevent unplanned legal liability that might arise during roadside car assistance. Ice cream freezers. Many kids born in the 80s and 90s have experienced how large chest freezers full of ice cream bars and popsicles were the sweet go-to treat at a gas station. Ice cream has always been that sweet cold treat, that was perfect to take on a sunny day. Sometimes, families embarking on a new adventure would stop by to refuel and buy their favorite ice cream as they travel. These days, modern freezers take up a lot less space and they're easier to clean and maintain. They also display a wider array of products: chocolates, cold drinks, ice cream, beverages, and more. Disposable film cameras. Before smartphones came into the picture, gas stations stocked disposable cameras for road trip photo opportunities. Although disposable film cameras are still in existence, they've essentially become a thing of the past due to the rise of smartphones with high-quality technology that makes it easier for people to take pictures and videos whenever and wherever. The demand for disposable films and cameras has declined in society because of public awareness of the negative impacts of chemicals used to develop the films. Some of the chemicals used as developers can be harmful to the environment if not disposed of properly. Cameras are also not easily recyclable, contributing to the issue of plastic pollution. While disposable film cameras help to create memories for an older generation, digital photography has made it easier and faster for people to share, edit, and view their pictures instantly. Road maps. Once a staple, paper road maps found in filling stations have now been replaced by digital navigation systems, making them nearly obsolete. Gas stations were famous for giving paper road maps to customers for free as a means of advertisement and promotion until the rise of digital navigational tools like GPS and smartphones. These road maps usually featured local attractions and routes that encourage drivers to explore and go on an adventure, so more people could refuel their tank at the same time. Although some would agree that road maps were good at giving the big picture of a long drive. The GPS and digital nav apps on smartphones give real-time directions, which make it easier for people to get turn-by-turn directions and avoid any kind of traffic to find alternate routes. Furthermore, the construction of new roads and buildings meant these maps would take a while to be updated, unlike digital navigation tools that are easily updated by satellites to give more accurate descriptions.
The inspectors pull 5 gallons of gas to make sure the pump is putting out the right amount.
Dial pumps. In many gas stations, pumps with spinning dials have been replaced by digital card-operated machines, which are a type of gas pump using electricity to dispense fuel, process payments, and provide information about the level, price, and total cost. That is, customers don't have to throw in coins or pay cash before filling up their tank. Digital pumps provide accurate readings of fuel usage, which makes them more efficient and faster to use in gas stations. Unlike dial pumps, some digital are designed with features that help reduce emissions and can be programmed in advance with security features to help prevent theft and robbery. Gas companies can now understand customer purchase patterns and collect data on fuel sales to use it to improve the experience at gas stations. Ashtrays and lighters on counters. It was no surprise to find an ashtray and cigarette lighter available for sale on counters in old gas stations, as customers who smoked cigarettes usually needed a place to light up and dispose of their ashes. However, there continues to be an increase in public health awareness and environmental concerns about smoking in general. Smoking-related products have become less attractive and needed by many customers. As smoking rates have reduced, people realize that cigarette butts and ash were more likely to pollute the environment, and customers no longer see the need to buy an ashtray and lighter to keep them in their cars or homes. The laws on prohibition of tobacco sales to minors were implemented, and restrictions put in several places, which eventually contributed to the decline of these smoke-related products. Mechanical air dispensers. Old air pumps had manual gauges and handles that pumped air into tires, but the existence of electronic air stations has gradually taken their place. The world is ever-changing and technology is constantly evolving, and no one's willing to spend a lot of time at a gas station unless they're getting groceries at their convenience. Thankfully, electronic air stations are easier to use than their manual counterparts. Not only do they have a digital display to show tire pressure and allow for easy inflation, they require less maintenance and don't break down as easily as the manual air pump. Over time, they've proven to be more reliable, cost-effective, and efficient than mechanical air dispensers. Plastic flags and pennants. Filling stations used to be decorated with colorful plastic flags and pennants to attract customers, but that's now become outdated. Service stations no longer require the use of plastic flags and pennants to encourage customers to buy from them, as they can contribute to litter and pose a safety risk for drivers. Thanks to 21st century branding and options in digital marketing, modern gas stations have learned to embrace and use the power of the internet, which may not include a flag or pennant. Many gas companies focus on developing a strong and consistent brand identity through simple and definitive logos, and also create stories that appeal to the public. Instead of extravagant outdoor decorations, stations would rather reach customers through channels of social media and advertisement on fair deals.
Can I get the bathroom key, please?
Bathroom key, yeah, I got you.
Restroom keys. Restroom keys used to be attached to large objects like wooden blocks and hubcaps to prevent theft in old gas stations. Thankfully, the practice is different now, as customers are expected to have improved restroom access. Modern service stations focus on improving security measures with the use of surveillance cameras and alarm systems, and some will also use doors that don't require traditional physical keys, as attaching them to large objects is stressful for customers and staff members alike. Modern filling stations also use privacy lock doors to keep customers out when a toilet is in use. This helps to prevent misuse of the restroom while ensuring hygiene and cleanliness. Other times, customers may be asked to drop an item or cash as a form of collateral in exchange for the keys being returned.
You are looking at a set of vintage oil dispenser cases produced by Ball Crank.
Bulk oil dispensers. Before individual quart-size bottles were used, gas stations had bulk oil dispensers where customers could fill up reusable containers. These dispensers were used to refill oil tanks of trucks, reusable containers, or other commercial vehicles, but they no longer are popular at gas stations because of environmental regulations regarding the storage of oil and handling practices alike. These oil dispensers could easily spill and pose a concern or serious accident. Modern stations now have underground storage tanks that are built in with leak protection and sound practices which prevent spillage and corrosion of the tanks. The use of synthetic oils made from chemically engineered base oils and additives results in better performance on engines, requiring less frequent refills, which has helped to reduce the demand for bulk oil dispensers. Gas station giveaways. Promotional activities and items used by gas stations to attract customers and encourage loyalty may include free merchandise, calendars, glassware, stamps, and more that used to matter a lot until the development and use of new marketing strategies. Although giveaways at gas stations were common throughout the 50s to 70s, self-service stations have adopted modern strategies such as digital advertising, loyalty programs, and branding. Gas companies now sell toys, glassware, and stamps at the convenience section to bring in extra revenue for the station. Aside from the fact that these items, especially plastic, can contribute to environmental pollution and waste, customers are more conscious of the best deals and the convenient customer experience. Which of these features from old service stations gives you the most of nostalgia? Don't forget to like, share, and click that bell for updates on more content that can take you down memory lane. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.